Mac Show. I'm going to give my final thoughts on the World Series, plus previewing NBA Opening Night, as well as the debut of True or False, today's NBA edition. That's all right now on the Yoni and Mac Show.
Makes sense to you. Please tell me your problem isn't bigger than me. Yeah, what could I do? I'm looking straight forward up to heaven, alright. I can't wait till the end.
From Studio 1, welcome to October the 30th edition of the Yoni and Mac Show. I am Ryan Yanishadas. Once again, Brandon is out. He should be back for the rest of the week, starting tomorrow. But let's get right into it first. I'm going to talk a little bit about the final thoughts of the World Series. The World Series, as of right now, obviously is over 4-0. I wanted to give some more final thoughts on this. The World Series, again, the Giants won this one. They won 4-0. They played their heart out. But the credit should really go to the manager, Bruce Bochy. He is underrated manager, a guy you don't hear much about, but a guy that really goes out there and manages the way you're supposed to. Like I said, underrated. He's got to be eventually in the talk of one of the best managers of all time. He's won 2 World Series in the last 3 years with teams not named the New York Yankees. So obviously it's a very talented bunch of guys he's been able to bring out there. Young guys as in like Buster Posey in his first couple of years. And just guys like that. And with all that going on with Melky Cabrera and failing the drug test and all that kind of stuff, he was still able to put a team out there that can win baseball games and eventually go 6-0 in elimination games, sweep the World Series from the Detroit Tigers, and he was able to do that. Congratulations to Bruce Bochy, and right there deserves possibly a Manager of the Year opportunity. So congrats to him. Congrats to once again to the San Francisco Giants as he's able to prevail that and the World Series again ending. Now we'll be talking throughout the year at least once a month about the hot stove report about what's going on in Major League Baseball. But as of right now, I just want to get that off my chest and say, Bruce Bochy, underrated, very good manager. He deserves Manager of the Year. He's won 2 out of the last 3 World Series. I believe Joe Torre did it. Joe Girardi did it, I believe, no, Joe Girardi hasn't done it, but there's been a bunch of, not many guys, but I know Joe Torre's done it at least once. So, Bruce Bochy, he did his thing. Okay, now, Facebook. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. All you have to do is go to the search box, type in Yoni and Mac. You'll find our page and where you can get our shows and status updates. That is the Yoni and Mac Show on Facebook. Now it's preview NBA Opening Night tonight. Tonight it is going to be on there's 3 games. I believe there's also the Washington Wizards going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not a game of interest, at least here. But on the 2 games that will be on TNT tonight, Celtics at Heat, Mavericks at Lakers. Both of these games. Here's a story that happened last year. I'm a diehard Chicago Bulls fan, as you can tell by the back of this set and a couple of things on it. But last year, the night that the Miami Heat won the championship, I had to go to the emergency. I woke up and 4 the next morning, broke out in hives. They never knew what it was from. I believe it was from the Miami Heat winning the championship. That's how much I hate this team. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, now Ray Allen, Chris Bosh. They have a bunch of guys. I think they brought Ray Allen for the purposes of Dwayne Wade possibly. You never play a full season, so we'll see what happens with that tonight. They also get their ring, so I wouldn't be surprised if I end up back in the hospital tonight. They face the Boston Celtics, who was Ray Allen's former team. I don't think they're as good as they are. Paul Pierce they have. They have still for Rajon Rondo, but they're going to be missing some from the shooting guard position. I think that's where this team's going to struggle. I didn't even bring up the Celtics when I thought of the top teams in the East, so it tells you right there that they're going to be in a little bit. I think they're going to be a little bit injury prone. But the last time the Miami Heat won a championship, the next year, the night of their ring ceremony and the raising of the banner and all that stuff, they had the worst loss of a team that got to raise their banner that night. I believe they lost like 130 to 66, 100 something. Just it was a terrible record. Dwayne Wade says he don't remember it. Udonis Haslem does. At least Udonis Haslem speaks the truth. The other game, Mavericks and the Lakers. The Lakers going to debut Dwight Howard and going to debut Steve Nash. They also have Kobe Bryant, who's questionable still for tonight's game. They have a bunch of guys, but the Mavericks are still the Mavericks. They don't have Jason Kidd anymore. They're getting older with Dirk Nowitzki. I think that game's going to be pretty much a Laker shellacking, and I think the Lakers are going to be able to prevail in that one. Which one of these two teams could definitely get upset tonight? I don't think it's going to be the Mavericks over the Lakers. I think the Celtics should definitely overdo it to the Heat. I think it might take a little bit for the Heat to bond together. This is a very good team, but when you have two shooting guards like Ray Allen and Dwayne Wade, I do not think they're going to be able to jump in there right away and get it going. So I think if there is, it'll be Celtics over the Heat, if possible. So that is the tonight. That will be on TNT, I believe, starting at 7 p.m. And of course, you'll get to see Shaq and Charles Barkley and all that crew on the pregame, halftime, and all that, led by Ernie Johnson. Before we talk about that, let's want to be a guest analyst on the Yoni Mac Show. All you have to do is message Ryan or Brandon on Facebook. Tell us what you want to talk about. If it's something we want to talk about, we'll give you a spot. That's all. That's the guest analyst here on the Yoni Mac Show. Okay, now it is time for the newest edition, or the new premiere of True or False. This is where I'll ask a question. Brandon was supposed to be here with me as well. I'll be just doing it. Where I'll ask a question, or a statement. Is it true or is it false? This is NBA edition since it's NBA opening night. Bulls will get the best record in the NBA for the third straight year. Let's see here. Which one am I going to pick? False. I do not think they're going to get the best record in the NBA. The Lakers and the Heat, I think, are going to overmatch that. The Bulls can still be a sneaky team, but I do not think they're going to be the best record. I don't think they're going to be able to hold up that well without Derrick Rose. So therefore, that is a false. Next question concerning the Bulls. There's only 3 of them. Second one, Derrick Rose will be playing on Christmas. He's been doing all this hype. He's looking really good. So you know what? I'm going to give that a true. I think he's going to be playing by Christmas or on Christmas. I really think that he's really doing an unbelievable job. So kudos to him. And I think Derrick Rose is just, if you've seen the return videos, look at him on YouTube. They're unbelievable. It's just the training. He's doing it hard. He's teamed up with Nike for this. Unbelievable job. But I think he will be back at least by Christmas. That gives him about a little less than 2 months to be ready. And finally, Heat Lakers NBA Finals. I always say like the 2 top teams that get the best free agents are always in the championship, no matter what it is. I'm gonna go false. I think the Thunder, even though they just lost James Harden to the Houston Rockets, I still think they're a competitive team. I think you also got a lot of good teams in that Western Conference. But I think the Spurs, they always get there in the playoffs and they choke. They got eliminated first round. So that ain't good. A couple of years ago to the Grizzlies. So I mean, you look at that, it's just been rough for them, and I think they're just gonna have to try to do that. But also in the Eastern Conference, you got the Bulls possibly, but the Heat I think will be there. I just think there are going to be teams, the Celtics, and when the Bulls get Derrick Rose, like what a piece of the puzzle to have. What a big trade to have in the middle of the year. Have an former MVP come back. That is a break for the Chicago Bulls. Also, I'd like to tell you, that is the first edition of True or False. We'll be doing that at least once a week. Do you want to know more about the crew? Write a question on our Facebook page or email us at YoniMacShow@yahoo.com, and we'll have Ryan, Brandon, or Katie answer it on the air. That is, get to know the crew here on the Yoni and Mac Show. Final things I want to talk about. These new flyers will be around in Fox Lake Dominic's, also the Starbucks there, and I want to say Jewel. They'll all be there, the new ones. The only problem with them is if you realize, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it says search Yoni and Mac Show on Facebook and YouTube. I forgot the R in search, so that is my bad, but still, they're still good. Get them. And request them to your friends. That'll be good. Also, thoughts and prayers continue to go out to the people of Hurricane Sandy on the East Coast. I believe there's been as of right now, 10 deaths because of Hurricane Sandy. So terrible thing going on, and hopefully everything gets back to normal eventually. But it's going to be hard to cope with this on the East Coast. So hope everyone stays strong, and the people that are helping out, good job for you. Finally, predictions. Nothing going on last night, so no record. Celtics and Heat. I still think the Heat are going to prevail, and Mavs Lakers. I think the Lakers are going to prevail tonight. So I got the Heat taking over the Celtics and the Lakers over the Mavs tonight. Brandon ain't here, so he can't do predictions. Preview tomorrow's show. We're going to recap opening night, plus previewing Bulls Kings from the United Center tomorrow night. And we'll have a thinking chair tomorrow. I think we were supposed to have a thinking couch, but I don't believe that is going to take place. So I'll be venting a little bit about Halloween. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for watching this presentation of the Yoni and Mac Show. I'm Randy Anashaw saying thank you for watching this presentation of the Yoni and Mac Show.